Oh, hello. How's everybody doing? This is the big dog named Austin back at you again. This is a preseason breakdown. This game doesn't really matter, but I wanted to make a video. So, here we go. Packers at Colts. Not much from the Packers side. The Colts played the Packers in joint practice on Thursday, the final day of training camp at Westfield. Richardson didn't have any kind of rest. He played all week long, practiced every day. He wasn't held out of any practices, so Anthony Richardson's going to play. Now, Daniel Jones is going to get the start for this game against Green Bay. He'll play about 2 series, and then Anthony Richardson is going to come in and play for the rest of the first half. Now, if it wasn't evident about with the jersey here, I'm more interested in seeing what Anthony Richardson has to show over Daniel Jones. But that's not to say that I'm not interested to see what Daniel Jones can do. Now, I heard that he didn't have a very good joint practice. He's a lot of dinking and dunking, not taking many risks. And that's kind of what we know Daniel Jones to be. Now, Anthony Richardson's kind of the opposite of that. He is more of a risk taker, takes shots downfield. You aren't going to win many football games dinking and dunking, but both quarterbacks, this is what I heard, both quarterbacks, the entire offense didn't look very good against Green Bay. Now, the defense looked solid against Green Bay. I think the defense is going to be solid this year. I think Lou Anarumo coming in, I think he's going to spice some things up, have different looks, different coverages, a lot better what Gus Bradley had. I think our defense is going to be a lot better than what it was last year. But what I'm looking for out of Anthony Richardson is, first of all, can he not get injured? And I hate leading with that, but that's what's on my mind is, can he stay healthy? Can he avoid getting injuries? Can he be smart? That's really what I want to see him play well. I want to see him take care of the ball. I want to see him make smart decisions, like you want to see any quarterback do. But more than that, I want to see him not take big hits, being smart with the football, being smart with his body, especially in the preseason. You don't want a guy to take it in injury. He was lucky that he only dislocated his pinky, and I completely understand him coming out of the preseason game. But now, it's there. He actually got injured in a preseason game, and the thought is there. And I can't emphasize that enough. I really think that Anthony Richardson just needs to be cautious of that in this preseason game and going forward, really. Speaking of injuries, other injuries that probably wouldn't necessarily keep these guys out because they'll probably not play anyway. But Josh Downs, wide receiver for the Colts, hamstring injury, went down during practice. Samson Ebukam, he has a back injury that he is nursing. And then Alec Pierce, he's dealing with a groin injury. So, a decent list of injuries. Not all the starters. Little to none of the starters are going to play against the Packers on Saturday. It's going to be Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones. You're not going to see Jonathan Taylor. You're not going to see Pittman, Pierce, Downs. You're going to see guys like Adonai Mitchell and Ashton Doolin and Gould. Anthony Gould. Yeah, you're going to see guys like that. And then on defensive side of the ball, you're not going to see Latu. You're not going to see Buckner. You're not going to see Grove. You're not going to see Kenny. You're not going to see Zaire. You're going to see a bunch of guys, second-team guys, third-team guys trying to make the roster. And we're getting down to it. We've got 3 weeks from Sunday till the start of the NFL season. So cut days are right around the corner. I don't know exactly when cut days are, but you need to have your roster down from 90, I think it's 90, down all the way to 53. So these guys are scratching and clawing their way trying to make a roster spot. And that's what the preseason is for a lot of these guys, trying to make the roster. Not much analysis on the game. There's not much to analyze for a preseason game. The Colts are favored by 6, but if you're gambling on preseason games, you probably should call the hotline. Not judging, just saying. Start that during the regular season. Packers are starting Malik Willis. I think Jordan Love's dealing with an injury. He didn't play in the joint practices against the Colts. I'm actually going to this game. I'm going with my cousin. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna see Anthony Richardson firsthand. I'm gonna see how he does, and I'll report back to everybody on what I saw. Hopefully, it's good. It's positive news, positive play from Anthony Richardson. We'll see. That remains to be seen. That's all I got. I am the big dog named Austin, and as always, go Colts.